Alrighty, so for week 12 attendance, I just want to be clear. I think hopefully by now you've all gotten the email that I sent you to sign up for the code review sessions. I think that's good to go, that information. The only thing I would add to that is that I put my office hours as those hours. You can reach out to me, and as much as I can, I'll work out other hours if those hours are either booked or you need something outside of there. Okay, so that's where you and I just figure that out. On the dev here, on the dev one requirement, right? Of course, the Chrome tools was a thing that I added, and I haven't really talked about, although I think some of you have looked at it, and so I thought it'd be good to talk about it today, is that there's a style guide, and it's really about the way I want you to follow the things that we've learned. So keep that in mind as you're going through, and it's basically saying, right, use constant let, don't use var, name your functions, okay? Format your code. That's the other thing is that, and I am really kind of particular about this because it helps me read code when somebody correctly formats it. Use camel case. File names really should be lowercase and don't use spaces, right? Most of your code should be inside of a function at this point. Hopefully you understand why, because then you can call it repeatedly. Don't use jQuery or other libraries. Use pure JavaScript. And then also, now this is related more to the code alongs, right? Always submitting your comments, right? But make sure you also make sure all branches of your code, branches means an if statement works, right? And this is the requirement we've been talking about for a couple of weeks. So the only other thing I would say about the structure is make sure you put this in your private repo under a directory called dev, which you should have dev_1 for the first one, and this one should be dev_2. I have said too is if you're changing your topic, and I said this a couple of weeks ago, right? Or I said it here as well, you need to have a discussion with me. And I've had a couple of discussions with students. So keep that in mind. That is an important part. And as we come into this week, those conversations probably should have already happened, but you can have them with me again. When is this thing due, right? So that's always the question. And I've gone over that in the attendance, so hopefully you have that as well. It's due the 29th at midnight. Okay. And again, I grade the next morning, but code review sessions or assistance is available this week to help you hopefully get through some of this. Okay. All right. I think that was all I had for the week. Oh yeah, I did make a mistake. Dang it. I hate it when I'm human, but actually I like it too because I like being human, but I do make mistakes. I did. And Brian, thanks for pointing this out. I discussed on the week 11 attendance about my new attendance policy, and then I forgot to make it open for reply. That was crazy on my part. So you can still, I'll leave this open for one more week along with week 12. But again, the new policy is still intact. If you reply to this attendance and you're doing this work late, then I will only take half of the late points off. Okay, so I'll keep that open for another week because I messed up and didn't do it. All right, have a great week, and I look forward to seeing many of you. I've seen some of you already, which is cool, and I look forward to seeing many more folks in the upcoming week. Have a good one.